Right now in Florida, the average home is sitting on the market for about 2.5 to 3 months before it sells. And that's why a lot of homeowners are feeling frustrated and unsure of what to do next. So if you've been thinking, I'll just wait it out, I'll wait for spring, I'll wait for rates to drop, or I'll just wait until buyers come back. And that's reasonable. Most homeowners think that way. But here's the part nobody explains. While you're waiting, the cost doesn't pause. Homes across the country, especially here in Florida, are sitting longer, and a growing number of sellers are quietly pulling their homes off the market because the offers they expected never showed up. Not because they weren't great homes, but because the market changed faster than expectations did. So today I'm going to break down the hidden costs of waiting to sell, the stuff that adds up month after month, and what actually works when buyers are slower and more cautious. As a Florida homeowner, what matters the most right now is making decisions based on today's market, not old rules that don't apply anymore. So I'm curious. What part of Florida are you in right now? Comment Florida and your city below because Miami, Orlando, Tampa, and Jacksonville are all moving differently. All right, so let's talk about why waiting feels safe, but it often isn't. So when homeowners say homes aren't selling, what they usually mean is homes aren't selling at the price, speed, or terms that they expect. And that gap between expectation and reality, that's where the stress starts and the money quietly slips away. Now, let's start with the big one, time on market. When a home first hits the market, buyers are paying attention. They're curious. They're watching. They're comparing. But when a home sits on the market, buyers don't think, oh, they're being patient. They start thinking, oh, why has anyone else grabbed this? What am I missing? Maybe I should offer lower. And that mindset is important because once a buyer feels like they have the upper hand, the conversation changes. So instead of them thinking, how fast do I need to move? They start thinking, how much can I ask for? And that's when momentum disappears. And then we get into the stale listing effect. Bear with me. Now, here's the part most sellers don't realize until they're living it. When a home sits too long, it doesn't just sit, it slowly loses negotiating power. Price drop starts to feel inevitable. Buyers start asking for repairs you never heard about at first. Credits, concessions, rate help, suddenly everything is on the table. And even if you accept a lower number, it often ends up being lower than if you had priced or positioned it correctly from the start. Waiting didn't protect the price. It didn't make the situation any better. It just made it tougher. And then you got to think about your monthly cost that starts adding up pretty fast. Now, this is a sneaky one because it feels normal. So every month you're still paying the mortgage, property tax, insurance, which is no joke in Florida, HOA fees, utilities, maintenance, lawn maintenance, pool care. And maybe you tell yourself, I'll be paying these anyways. But here's the real question. Are you paying those costs while your home is moving you forward or while you're standing still? Because standing still isn't free. Then you got to deal with costs that make some buyers nervous or hesitate. Florida adds a few extra layers to these conversations. Some buyers can get nervous about insurance costs, HOA approvals, or rules, condo fees, special assessments, and what their total monthly payment will actually look like. So if your home already has friction, waiting doesn't remove it. It often adds to it. Buyers get more cautious and patience gets thinner. That's why we're seeing more sellers pull listing instead of pushing forward. Not because they don't want to sell, but because they don't want to accept the new reality. But you also have to think about this. Life doesn't pause. Now, this part matters more than people will admit. Most sellers aren't selling just because. There is usually something behind it. Downsizing, relocating, family changes, financial pressure, stress, health, or you just need a reset. And waiting can quietly delay the next chapter that you're actually trying to reach. I say it simply, the market doesn't need to be perfect, but you do need to be prepared. So here's a shift that changes everything. Stop pricing your home for the market you remember. Start positioning your home for the market that exists right now. Not 2021, not spring buyers, not imaginary competition. Today's buyers want three things: value, condition, and a reason to feel comfortable moving forward. So here's a simple approach that works. Remove anything that gives buyers an easy excuse to hesitate. Know your bottom line before emotions kicked in. Price to create urgency, not explanations. For your first 7 days, treat them like your launch window because that's when the most serious buyers show up. Some sellers do pull their homes and actually relist later, but that only works when something actually changes. Same price, Same condition, same story, usually will get the same results. If you've been waiting, my hope is that this video helps you understand what's really going on. Because waiting does have a cost, and in Florida, it can build faster than people expect. So if you had to make the decision today, what would feel the hardest about selling? The price, the timing, or figuring out what's actually worth fixing? Let me know in the comments. And before you go, just a quick thought. If you're feeling unsure right now, that's okay. Big decisions are heavy, especially when your home and money are involved. Not every pause means you're stuck. Sometimes it's just a moment to get clear, steady, and move forward with peace instead of pressure. So take your time, get all the information you need, and trust that the next step will make sense when you're ready to take it. As Proverbs 15 verse 16 reminds us, better a house with peace than a house full of stress. And that's important because your home decision should bring you a little peace and not add pressure to you. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. I hope this video was helpful and I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.